good morning. Today we're at Glenageary Court. We're joining our previous customers, Jackie and Roberto Fitzpatrick. They've kindly let us back into their home to view their extension and renovation. Come on inside and let's say hello. He can hear us anyway. Good morning, hello.
Hi, good morning.
How are you? Thanks for letting us back in. See you again, Roberto. See you again. Thanks, Roberto. Come on inside, let's have a look. Thanks a lot. So here you can see the back elevation. There was an old sunroom, a 1980s flat roof extension here. We removed that and created a new modern flat roof extension. Here we've went with the box window, the triple glazed sliding door system. And a nice feature our architectural team have added here is the zinc overhang with cedar cladding. And the extension itself is not huge, it's about 25 square metres. But we've repositioned the kitchen, refitted new skylights and also added a courtyard, which makes a huge difference to the central area. Jackie got her home office workstation in there. You've got dual aspect light with the new courtyard, and the new architectural skylight central on the extension brings light right back into that dining area. So here you've got the side profile. You can see the projection of the box window. It's about 600 millimeters cantilevered off the main building. It has full panoramic glazing on the sides and top, and you'd see it's floating here off the foundation. On the top here you can also see the cedar cladding and the metal zinc overhang feature. Around to the right here you can see the central courtyard with corner glazing, and we have landscaped that area. It's a small light fill area, but it's a big difference there for the dual aspect view, the home office station and the snug den area on the left hand side. Okay, that's the general external finish. Let's have a look on the inside and the interiors. So here you can see we have repositioned the kitchen with the island to a galley type kitchen. We have an adjacent courtyard to the right hand side with full corner glazing. We've positioned the workstation next to the courtyard, and you've got dual aspect light and views to both the garden at the rear and also to the right hand side here through the hallway, and the large fixed porch window which we can have a look at as we walk through. You can also see we went with exposed steel beams which are painted, and we've added in the pocket doors to the front room. That again brings more light and a feel of a bigger space to the extension and renovation area. So we've shifted the kitchen to the back. We've left this as dining area, and as you move through here you can see the large 3-metre skylight in the warm deck flat roof. Lots of light is getting through all aspects of the building. This is the Dutex sliding door system, which gives access to the back garden and the granite patio area. We've got cedar wall fencing and landscaping, which ties in nice to the back area. And then obviously you have the feature box window. This worked out about 25 square metres. Simple repositioning of services, clever use of space and light, good use of the courtyard and glazing. And it made a huge difference to the overall extension and connection to the main dwelling. And it's just proof that you do not need to add 40 square metres to your home to achieve all of that and these nice architectural details, and give the client and the family what they've asked for on their brief. So this is the end of the front of the original home. We've added this 2 square metre porch, nice fixed window, full panoramic views to the street. We've repositioned the door to the side. It's a Dutex composite door system, all A-rated glazing and insulation fitted at this home. So we're very happy with the outcome here and the finished result. We're going to join Jackie and Roberto shortly for their own thoughts on the design and build process. If you're considering your own home renovation extension project, contact the Plantech Nühaus team on all of our social media platforms, plantechnühaus.ie, or visit our showroom at Ballycoulin by appointment.
How are things?
Great, thanks, great. Looks amazing. Congratulations.
It is. Yeah. It is.
Hi, my name is Jackie and this is my husband Roberto, and we are in our home in Glenageary in South Dublin. We've been living in this house for 24 years. We bought it 1999, I think it was, when our eldest son was 6 years old. So we've raised family in this house. We subsequently had 2 more children. When we moved in first, the house was, it was a standard small 3-bed semi that had no work at all done to it, and did not meet the needs of a growing family. As the kids grew, we did bits of work. We built a small extension at the back of the house when the youngest was born. A few years later, we renovated the kitchen dining area and converted the attic. The house suited our needs for a number of years, but as the family grew, we needed more space. During COVID, it became increasingly apparent to us that the house was no longer working for us. We were both, like many people, working from home. The children were now in university and were studying from home. So the house just wasn't working for our needs, as well as the fact that we were becoming increasingly conscious that the house had to work for us into our retirement. You know, we had thought about moving and decided that we actually wanted to stay in this neighbourhood. So it was better to renovate the house and make it suit our needs. So as a result of that, we started to look into the whole process of renovating the house and insulating it, really making it warm and insulated, and putting in a downstairs bathroom, what was a top priority for us as well. Okay, I first came across Plantech. I read an article in the Irish Times about a couple who'd renovated their home, and their house looked similar to ours. As in a lot of design magazines, you see very high-end housing, and you think, well, how is that going to translate actually into my house? But this is what really struck me, is that this house was, you know, a standard family home, and if they could do that with theirs, well, maybe this was a company I could talk to. So that started the process. When we started the process, really our focus was on making the house a warmer, more comfortable space. It was getting increasingly colder over the years. You know, the hall was very cold. The front of the house in particular was very cold. So we really wanted to get a higher energy rating and really more for comfort than anything else, you know. And originally, we weren't really thinking of building a big extension. That wasn't really our focus. It was on, you know, upping the energy rating, putting in a downstairs bathroom, and renovating the kitchen area. We'd originally considered maybe we could keep the old extension. We weren't really that conscious how poorly built it was.
And we were very much open as well to listen to ideas that were going to be. So we had some notion, but we really wanted to, from an architectural point of view, to have some sort of options available to us. And that was done very well. So we were presented with 3 different options, all very interesting. But at the end, we settled for what was the best option for us and what we still considered to have been the best option.
Our brief in doing this project was that the house had to work for the family. So it had to work for everybody in the family. We were both working from home, so while there was a private space in the living room to set up as a home office, we needed another space. So that was very important. And a space that could be multifunctional. You know, not just as an office, but at times when I wasn't working from home, that it could be used by the family. Certainly, Christopher and Plantech really listened to that, and the space he created for my home office, much better than I had envisaged. The rest of the space, obviously the kitchen is the heart of our family, you know, and what was designed for us was a open, big family space where we can all congregate and talk. And, you know, at Christmas time, this was amazing. You know, my boys were at the counter with their decks playing music while I was preparing Christmas dinner. You know, so it's worked out really well. I was very pleased with the design. The window seat in particular has been monopolised by the dog. I thought it was going to be my space, but that didn't really work out. When the building started, it was during COVID. So obviously that wasn't ideal. We were also trying to find a place to rent because we had to move out of our home. You know, without doubt, it was a very stressful period. You know, for many reasons, both the lack of available rental accommodation and also having to leave your home. However, I think, you know, really what was important to us was that both Plantech and Nühaus made the whole process as stress-free as they could, what was in their control. And that was really important. It was very important for us to have complete control of the budget, full transparency of the budget, and also to be kept informed of what was going on day to day. We weren't living in the area anymore during the build, so we couldn't just pop in and check what was going on. Either Christopher or a member of the Nuhaus team was always available at the end of the phone. All decisions we were consulted on, and that was very important to us.
And we were kept informed all the time. So we had photographs showing how things were developing, and that helped a lot, even to visualize what was happening. Because conceptually we saw the design, but seeing the progress, it's extremely important. First of all, because you see that things are moving, and also because you are getting an idea of exactly what it will look like. So we were very happy about that.
I mean, even when problems arose, you know, they were discussed. You know, there was openness and transparency in explaining them to us, and the cost implications if there was any.
Well, given the previous experience in building a small extension, we didn't want to repeat the same errors, and we expected that probably there would have been some extras that could have been added, but well worth to do it. We wanted a final solution as such, something that was exactly as we wanted, and that was functional and not requiring in future another expenditure and another possibly movement from the apartment. We were very happy in particular with suggestions that were given during the process, even small details that perhaps weren't at the time looking so important, but it was demonstrated that they were actually very important, because some of the details make the whole difference.
The work we did on the hall was never part of our original plan, you know, extending out the porch area. However, it is the one aspect of the house that you know, it's made such a difference. Coming back into the house, I don't know if you remember the day we moved back in, and walking in, and we're in this, it was winter, and we were in this light-filled space, and all I could think was, oh my God, my hall is so big. And at that big window letting all the light through, it's made such a difference. So I can sit in this area here and see the sunset through that window in the evening. And it's amazing, you know, the light it has brought in, and it just gives this perception of space. It really ties the whole house together.
And moving the door as well from the front to the side was an excellent idea. It made a lot of difference, because when you open the door, the wind doesn't blow into the house. And we had many people passing by and stopping and asking.
Had people knock at the door and ask who did the work.
Asking about who did the work, where was the door coming from. So all of these details are not just the details that we notice, but obviously even a person passing by can immediately spot them.
I would say to anyone who's considering doing work on their home to employ a professional. it's money well spent. You know, I think if at all possible, you know, employ a design team. There's things you think you want in your house, but actually when the options are walked through with you, you begin to see things differently.
Not only, I remember when we saw first the proposal of the courtyard. We would have never thought of it, but we were, even from the design point of view, we were immediately attracted by that proposal. And in fairness, we are so happy we went for it. Yeah. And the house, as you can see, is filled with light coming from every direction. And there is a flow that is really, really important. So you can see how everything connects together. And that's something that we wouldn't have thought of because it's not our field. But the design was incredible, and the results, well, we are very happy with it.
No, we are. We're thrilled with the house, and it's such a comfortable, warm space to live in now. The difference is incredible. It's, you know, functionally it works, but it's also really comfortable. We're very happy to recommend the Nuhaus team. They were really good to work with, from keeping us informed, having consultation on all decisions being made, and also just really pleasant people to deal with. We did have a few problems, you know, the snag list, there was a few problems that needed to be done after we moved in, but they were all dealt with promptly. Nuhaus were always available. You know, we had a few issues with the door. They fixed that very quickly. And even, I think, when did we have the bear rating done? It was months after we moved in. Yeah. And the assessor found, you know, a small snag. And within a matter of days, Nuhaus came out and resolved it. So all of those details, you know, so that you're, you know, really made a difference and meant a lot, that you weren't left hanging on waiting for things to be fixed.
And not only, if you remember, the assessor was incredibly happy to see how the material was specified in the list that was prepared. So all of this goes to show the professionality of the work that was delivered.
Yeah, it was very well organized. You know, we had everything dealt with very promptly. Coming out of this process, you know, I think the advice that I would give to anyone is to think carefully about what you want and how you use your home. It's not necessarily about adding on extra square footage, because a comfortable home that functions for your family is far more important than a lot more space. So invest wisely in how you're spending your money. External insulation is obviously something that you're going to get payback from.
Yeah, and not always going for a new house is, in my opinion, the right thing to do, because it's very unlikely you find the perfect house with the flow that you want. So for us, it was more important to transform the house for our need and exactly as we wanted. And I think we wouldn't have found the same comfort, the same feeling in a new house as such. So I think that basically we would have, if we went for a new house, we would have to have work done anyhow to make it our dream home. So it was an investment, obviously, doing this work, but the payback is incredible, just in terms of satisfaction and everyday life. Every day, it's as I said, we are very happy with the result.
So we'd like to extend a big thanks to Christopher and Plantech team and the Nuhaus crew. They were amazing to work with, and you know, we'd absolutely recommend them for anyone who's considering doing future projects on their home. And we hope you continue to have many years of success in your business.
Yeah, and a really big thanks to all the people that worked here, from the design to the labor. They were extremely pleasant to work with, and as we said before, very informative and always available, and that's as much as you can ask.
Nuhaus, yeah.